So, head in this direction, then we'll basically just rest it off until midnight. Since I don't know exactly what time it is at the moment. But it seems the sun is maybe going down a bit. This is definitely not going to be the right time now, though. So, we do this, and then meditate. Yeah, just a few hours here. Alright, Triss. What do we got?
Glad you're here. Listen, took a look at the building, and it does not look good.
Okay.
Mean it could use a bit of paint and spackle?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a damn fortress.
Oh.
High walls, guards at the gate, armed men everywhere. We could never sneak in, and fighting our way in won't work. Menge would have had plenty of time to escape.
What do you suggest?
Take these shackles. Put them on me.
Oh. Gonna pretend to turn you in? This sounds like this could go horribly, horribly wrong. I mean, both these things, basically, yes, please explain, but also mostly concerned about your well-being, which seems like the emphasis of this one here.
Triss, sure you want to do this? Out here, with everyone watching?
This might come as a surprise to you, but shackles do have uses.
And that's not really what I was getting at.
Think. Bring the hunters the vile Triss Marigold. They won't just open the gate for you. They're likely to let you present her to Menge personally.
No way. Too risky.
Dandelion's life's on the line. Series
Yeah,
2.
but let's not add you
no
to that
such
list.
thing as too risky.
I mean, yes, we want them back, but let's not throw even more people in harm's way if we don't need to. I mean, yes, it's gonna be hard to get our way in, of course, but just, is there any way that doesn't put you directly in harm's way like that? Or at least, well, I don't know. I don't know, Triss. It's risky. You really want to do it?
Triss, think about it. Really want to walk into the lion's den of your own free will, and in chains?
That.
Yes.
No, can't allow it.
Nice of you to worry, but I've made my decision, and I won't change it.
Right. You insist.
Fine. Let's say they take the bait. What then? We go in, I put a sword to Menge's throat and ask him where Dandelion is?
Might not work. Menge's scum, but you have to admit, death doesn't scare him.
Always found that annoying in fanatics. So we gotta trick him into talking. Any ideas?
Maybe tell him you have information about the lodge. Or about Philippa. Even better, he hates her most of all.
Okay.
Think of something.
Could we perhaps, like, plan that part in advance? Because that seems like a crucial detail that would be worth ironing out beforehand. I mean, both these things, I guess. I mean, not as concerned about the treasure.
What about the treasure?
If we learn anything, great. If not...
Thought you need coin from Dijkstra to help the other mages.
True, I do. Lots of ways to get gold, though. It's just not the most important thing now.
I mean, I do agree with you there, for sure. So I'm glad we're on the same page there.
Wait. I want to thank you.
Come on. Anyone would do this.
No, not anyone.
Stop. It doesn't befit a sorceress to blush.
Oh, Triss. Alright, let's go.
Still got a bad feeling about this. But tough. Let's go.
Okay. Things could absolutely go horrendously wrong.
Go.
That much is
Remember, I can
definitely
take care
clear.
of myself.
What are you
yes,
talking about?
True, but at the same time,
The
I'm not gonna
hunters.
leave you with
They
your
won't treat me like a lady.
hands bound,
but I'll survive.
alone, in there with a bunch of witch
Might hurt
hunters.
a bit, but... Siri,
Can't take you
she's what
for your word there, I'm
matters.
sorry.
Do what you need to do, no matter what happens.
Can't promise that.
I'm still asking you to, all right?
All right.
Chris is like, really don't feel like I convinced you there. I mean, yes, don't get me wrong. Siri, really important. Dandelion, also important. I just don't want to lose everybody in the process if we don't have to.
What do you want?
Here for my reward.
What the hell for?
For a witch. Recognize who I got? It's Triss Merigold.
Marigold. Come in then.
Alright. That's the easy part.
Well, well. Triss Merigold.
You're not Menge.
Giving up drowners for sorceresses.
Pays better.
It's 'cause they do more harm. What's a drowner do? Pull the odd fisherman from his boat. But the witches, they murder kings, scheme, start wars.
Don't forget turning your cow's milk sour straight out of the udder.
Hey.
You're done jesting, Merigold. For good. Put her in a cell.
Alright, so we're gonna have to leave Triss alone at least for a little while. Okay, so we definitely do want to talk to Menge. But, how direct do we go? I mean, we want to be kind of under the radar, of course. This is pretty suspicious, though. I'd say this is probably more suspicious than this. This would be like, well, okay, clearly you're trying to help Triss. Why are you here? This is all some plot. What's the trick? Whereas this is like, we could play it along as, well, we want big money for this. This is an important sorceress we're giving you.
Not
So give me the
fast.
boss.
I hand her over to Menge himself, or not at all.
You reckon we don't know what to do with this witch?
Let go, you bastard!
Vulgar tongue's got no place being in such a pretty mouth. I guess we'll have to rip it out.
Yeah, we got something to offer Menge, perhaps? Yep, because remember, we're thinking maybe give some information about, or some theoretical information that we don't actually have about Philippa. I know you're witches, but you're not good at catching them, or not gonna do any ripping. Like this, they will immediately see that we're not really here to turn in Triss. This was all a ruse. But I think this is what we gotta do.
Try to loosen it if I were you. Might learn something interesting.
For instance.
For instance, where Philippa Eilhart's hiding.
I'll get you for this, you...
Shut your gob, ginger whore, and you spit it out. Where's Eilhart?
Again, as much as don't like the way you're talking to Triss right now, I think we gotta play it cool. Don't blow our cover here. We only talk
Thought I
to
made
Menge.
myself clear. I'll only talk to Menge.
Menge don't talk to the likes of you.
Well, then you be sure to tell him I came by with my friend Marigold.
Fine, grab her and come with me. But be sure to stay right close.
Alright, alright. Let's see. Follow the Witch Hunter leader. I mean, leader's a strong word. Menge's part of the guard, and you're part of the Witch Hunter, so I suppose you're kind of separate people here. Or separate groups, almost. But let me just see if there's anything else happening here. So, letter from Dudu contained further revelations. Ciri had taken part in the heist as well. The stolen gold had ended up in the hands of the commander of the Temple Guard, Caleb Menge, and I, Dandelion, was now his heinous man's prisoner. Geralt clearly needed to confront Menge. The question was how. The cautious guardsman would never agree to a meeting, unless, that is, Geralt had something to offer him. A prize so tempting, he'd throw caution to the wind. Triss Merigold, vile sorceress and member of the even viler Lodge of Sorceresses, was willing to offer herself up as irresistible bait for this fanatic hunter of witches, putting her life in danger in order to save Ciri and, I dare say, with a thought in her heart for the art-loving denizens of the North, who otherwise risked being deprived of their most prominent bard. Oh, Dandelion. Let's be honest, it's mostly Ciri. Dandelion too, you're important, don't get me wrong. Fear gripped the Witcher's heart as he knocked on the bathhouse doors. He knew that shortly before... Okay, again, it seems like that last paragraph just always goes up there. So yes, let's follow them. Can we figure anything out using our Witcher signs? I don't know. Don't think so. But that is Triss, I'm pretty sure.
Before I lose my patience.
But it's very dark in here. Don't exactly think they're going to take too kindly to us using any signs to turn on any of the lights,
Here's
though.
where we split up. Go see Menge. Marigold will be next door.
You can't have her until I get...
You don't set the terms here. Dirk, You know what to do.
You won't get a word out of me. Not you, not him.
Oh, play it tough, eh? Just you wait. We'll take a fingernail or three. That ought to get you singing.
So this would immediately blow our cover. We can't do that. We can say, fine, do it, but no torturing. That is, I mean, of course we don't want you to torture Triss, but there's that question of, is this gonna make you suspicious of us? And it might. This is the safest option in terms of keeping up our ploy. However, does of course mean that Triss is not going to be doing so great afterward. So I think we try to take the middle ground and hope that this still works, but there is a risk here that they'll see through it.
Fine, take her. I'd rather she didn't interrupt my conversation. But hands off, don't touch her.
Why? Feel sorry for the bitch?
No, couldn't give a shit about her. But if I don't get what I want from Menge, I'll want to sell her to someone else. Don't want you damaging the goods.
Okay, that's a reasonable enough
Keen nose for
explanation,
enterprise.
Harold.
You'd make
Hopefully
a
that'll
great
do.
Madam. Don't you worry. Menge will give you your coin, and Marigold will get what she deserves.
Okay, well maybe we can just tell you to wait a little bit. You know what I mean?
No torture till I get there. Got it?
Got it. No torture.
What? The Horson's casting spells. Get him!
I suppose should have known they would have seen through that. That's a good point. So many times it's been our easy way out, but on this occasion, it does make sense. I hope, of course, that doesn't totally blow our cover, but chances are that it very well may. So maybe let my guard down at the last minute there, assuming that that was not going to be a big deal. Oh, you guys have some healing right here. Heal up real quick. There are a lot of you. But yeah, Menge, are you gonna? Oh, it's not our healing. Hold on. Can I just like real quick? I was trying to heal, but it's actually our quest item that's on this spot here. So if we could, we can't perform this during combat. Can we swap over? Make this say like one of our healing potions, namely like a swallow, or what's the one that instantly heals? I mean, it's not desperate right now, but we are quite low on HP. Like honey, instant cat, lizard would help as well. White rapids, I think, is it. Immediately restores a large portion of vitality. Yes, let's do that. There we go. Ow. Okay, please stop hitting us. Just want to take out some of you, please. Surprisingly difficult here. Want to get some of you down. I think that's all of them. I said, Chris fighting this guy over here. So, what are the chances that Menge will not notice the fact that we just murdered all of his employees? Have a diagram? That's kind of cool, but it's not showing up on the side, so maybe we already had that diagram? I don't know. Shackles? More people, perhaps? The fact that there are more people taking note of us is also not a good sign. We should probably, I was gonna say, take a moment to switch what our item is on our inventory here. So we may have already messed up just by using that sign there, which, like I said, in hindsight, I get why that is, that they realize. I don't actually want to use that directly. What I want is instead to throw something else on in its place to give us some healing, possibly even something a little bit more potent than usual. Okay. Triss, if you could just hold it back for a little while here, because we're kind of hurt. That'd be lovely. Okay. Yeah, because like the fact that we have murdered everyone is kind of throwing all thoughts of stealth to the wind. So I'm doubtful that the original plan is going to work. And, Chris, are you you just, like, brutally murdering everyone here? Because it kind of seems like it. Alright, we'll help you out, Triss, if you insist. Because it seems like if we don't, you're just going to do this by yourself. So, not sure we have much option but to do this. Excuse me. Oh. Yeah. Now our quest just says kill him. It's not really what we wanted. So, I mean, we did, of course, recently do some, backward saving, or loading up things when things went awry. That one, I felt like the reasoning was stronger, in that we just, I'm not sure why things went wrong, and we may have just done things in the wrong order, which felt more reasonable. This time, you know, I did something that arguably I should have known better than to do, and so feels like perhaps we deserve to face the consequences for that. So, I don't know. I would have, of course, rather had not had to fight all these people, and perhaps, I mean, let's read the quest and see what it says. But yes, it appears that all hopes of stealth are gone now. So, let's see, do we get anything else? Yes, kill him. So, otherwise risk deprived of the most prominent bard. Yeah, nothing else here. So, I feel like, on one hand, obviously this was not the result that we wanted. The plan was to go through here, and hopefully stealth our way through, and we were on our way to perhaps pulling it off, and it seemed like we were just getting a little bit too greedy. We're trying to make sure that Triss didn't get put in harm's way, and so we tried to use mind control, and that was not actually a good idea, given how, you know, they're all trigger-happy people who will attack at the first sight of magic. So, understandable, they retaliated when we did that. But, now that means we have to kill Menge. And can we live with that? Part of me says, well, I'd like to know what the results are first, but then that's pretty scummy. So, I don't know. I feel bad either way. I'm not sure there's a right answer. There isn't anymore, right? On one hand, you could make the case that I should reload, because that is the quote-unquote best result, but at the same time, I feel like that's cheating. I feel like I can't justify that enough, so I want to. I wish I could, but I don't think I can. So let's move on here.
That was close. Axie in a crowd? Geralt, there was no way that could work.
Sorry. I couldn't let them torture you. You mean too much to me.
We should search the office. Maybe we can find some documents mentioning Dandelion. I'll search his body. You search the room.
Okay, so that's the hope.
I'd start with the desk.
The hope would be that we can still get the information we need, and that we don't actually need him alive. So if we don't, then maybe it's not a huge deal that he's gone. I mean, let's just say that I'm not sure there are many people who are going to miss him. Search Menge's desk for any clues. So maybe, all in all, it won't matter. We should have known better. But I acted impulsively, I will admit. And let's just loot the other stuff first, because I'm not sure we've read this. Selected verse of Gonzalo de Verseo. Love. If love is to build a house of cards, or play a game of chess, with one wrong word or ill-thought move, we must start it all afresh. Tide. Whenever I watch the tide recede, cold coils of fear grip round my heart. Will the seas sneak back, calm and sure, in the dark of night, as they have before? Or will they stay on distant shores, leaving crushed shells and washed up dreams as memory of surfs of yore? Not sure if we've read that one yet. A few more out here. Now that's locked. There are more witch hunters still. Hello. You're chilling, except
Not your lucky day.
not anymore. Were is perhaps a more accurate way of phrasing that. Were chilling. Those are just basically valueless. And they're looking for Philippa. We know that much. Just curious as to what other information, if any, we can get over here, or valuables, if any. Can we climb this? It's a ladder? Kind of looks like it, but maybe just a support of sorts. So yeah, my hope at this point would be that we find that we can still get the information we need. And obviously, you know, it's not... In some ways, it's not a terrible thing that we took out Menge, because, well, he was clearly out to get us. Just perhaps would have preferred to have kept him alive for a little while longer, seen what kind of information we could get out of him, and see what else could come of that relationship. Were there any better ways to take care of him ultimately? Perhaps. Okay, so letter, and then Holy Tome. Let's check it out. Halo. I have new instructions regarding the organization of the next execution. When you are ready to meet, place your Holy Tome in the drop box located in the column of the Eternal Fire altar in the southwest corner of the Vids. We will meet at the usual spot. Do not tell anyone where you are going, and bring no one with you. Burn this letter after reading. Yamlak. Yamurlak? Definitely haven't heard that name. That does, of course, give us quite a lead here in that we could do precisely what it says to do, and, I mean, obviously, no one's going to mistake us for Caleb Menge, but does at least give us perhaps a chance to meet this guy and see what it's all about, because sounds like, from this message, Menge, although might have been trying to make it perceived as if he was the one calling the shots, there very well seems like there could have been someone else who was really the one making all the decisions behind the scenes, and it might be this guy here. Here's the Holy Tome, property of Caleb Menge. May thy flames cleanse my thoughts. May they temper my heart. May all that is evil burn and vanish into smoke. May all that is good be warmed by thy fire. May the righteous flock to thy light like moths. May the wicked flee from it like beasts from a burning wood. Okay.
Find anything?
Just his office key in his pockets. Here. Nothing under his belt. Wait, something sewn in the lining.
What is it?
The key to a vault.
Okay.
Here. Give it to Dijkstra with my regards.
Okay. Found a letter from a spy. Okay, so we do have the key, yes. So, I do think we want to tell Triss the important information. Triss is in the inner circle of friends who, at this point in time, we would trust with just about any information. That circle including Zoltan, I hesitate to say Dandelion if and when we find him, because, well, he's rather loose-lipped. But, once upon a time, I would have said Roach as well. But, And Triss, I suppose there was a time when maybe we would not have trusted you in that way, because back in The Witcher 1, she backstabbed us many times, but I think she understands the bigger picture here. We're on the same team. So, I doubt the key will be enough. That may be the case. I don't know what the crime lords are going to say about Menge being dead. That's an interesting thought. Was not originally thinking of it from that perspective. Would at least disrupt the balance, the status quo, quite a bit, I would think. But let's start with the letter.
I found a letter to Menge from someone important. A spy, I think.
A spy?
Take a look.
Drop boxes, secret signals. Yeah, strong stench of spycraft here. This agent could know more about Dandelion.
Bet he does.
Okay.
Letter explains
That's a
how to
start.
signal for a meeting. No mention of where it would take place.
That's not true. It
Maybe
absolutely
Dijkstra
did.
can help. He knows everything.
Everything? Slight exaggeration there.
He does know a
I'm
lot.
not so sure.
But the key might not be enough to the vault. I don't entirely know what Geralt is getting at here. I mean, that is the primary thing he was looking for, yes, but might be looking for a bit more of an explanation after what transpired here. Things got messy. Oh, and he did say, whatever you do, only use your sword when I tell you to, and we absolutely did do that. So, of course, again, that was not the plan, and I lost my composure there. So he's not gonna be happy about that. We might need to have some other way of making it up to him. I don't know what that'll be, or if it's
Key to a vault.
beyond saving at this
No
point.
address. Why do I doubt this'll make Dijkstra smile?
True.
Well, might keep him from setting his thugs on us, breaking our legs for failing to fulfill our part of the bargain.
Meaning glass is half full?
Of something strong, I hope.
It's one way to look at it. I
All
suppose
right.
we get going.
Nothing left for us here. Let's go.
Be glad to. Just not by way of the main gate.
Yeah, we should probably still not walk out in the open with you, Triss. You are still very much a wanted woman. But a sword for witches? We read that? Who are the hunters, you ask? Folk like you and yours, I reply. Oh, we definitely read this. Okay. Oh, is as in a sword directed toward witches, not as in this is a special sword that we supply the witches with so that they can do killing of their own. Other way around. Okay, Triss, I appreciate that you're following, but at the same time, I'm kind of trying to loot here, and you're making that a little more difficult to do. I was deliberately not picking that up before. Just want to make sure we're not missing anything else here. We checked this room, yes. We did get a key, though. And that was, I suppose, the key to the vault that we don't know the location of. But presumably has all the stuff that he stole from Dijkstra, so... Can we get into the study, though? This is unlocked. Well... Oh, hold on. Hold on. Find a way out, and this might be
This
it.
is where we split up. But first, let's burn this shack down.
Sure about that, Triss?
Agreed.
Not very
I've
subtle,
left too
but
much evidence.
that is true.
Yeah, but I also need to blow off some steam.
Oh?
Listen, there's one other thing I wanted to talk about. But not here, and definitely not now. Come by later when you have a moment? I'd appreciate it. All right, we need to get out of here.
That's right, we were technically, perhaps, supposed to talk to Triss before. Meet at her place, and we couldn't actually find it. Oh, okay, let's get out before Triss truly blows everything up. So, does seem as though I meant to make a point of checking where exactly that might have been, but did not see it. Also, how do we get out of here? I'm actually not sure. Find a way out? Can we get through those things that Triss is lighting up? Or, okay, this is how. Oh, I recognize this area. We saw that before. And we were wondering, this seems like some different kind of area that was a little bit difficult to get into. Why are some of the doors locked? We had to break through this wall before, so that's why we've already done it.
You there, Mr. Reuben wants a word.
Yeah, I bet he does.
Patient old bastard.
What?
Nothing. Be there soon.
Oh. And he already knows, doesn't he? He knows everything. So hopefully this doesn't go horrendously
Who do I
wrong.
spy? Why, it's Geralt of Rivia.
Yeah, doing exactly the opposite of what he said to
Will
do.
you stop
Sorry.
following me already?
I will, as soon as you tell me where my treasure is.
Me
One
and
step
Menge
closer.
Didn't see eye to eye.
How badly?
Pretty badly.
Badly.
I suppose that explains the smoke. My treasure's not in there, is it? Burning with the witch hunters.
Didn't
don't
see it
think so.
anywhere. And 20 tons of gold is hard to miss.
That is true.
You mean to say you've come to me empty-handed?
Not
First
exactly.
off, you came to me. Second, I do have something in my hand. The key to a vault. Found it on Menge.
A vault that I need to find on my own. You've not made things much easier for me. Give me that.
So, yeah, like this, on one hand, would be nice to have our reward. On the other hand, it would be nice to walk away with our lives and Triss's life. So, witticism imparting. I feel like this might actually be the answer. Because I think asking for reward at this stage when things did not go according to plan is not a good idea. That's just going to make him angry.
That's all you're gonna say? No wry remark. No scintillating joke.
You want a knee slapper? fine. I'll tell you one. Ready? You lied to me.
What?
You knew from the start who robbed me, but you didn't deign to share that information with me.
And that is true, yes. On one hand, we could say, well, as long as we get your treasure, it doesn't matter, right? On the other hand, we could say, well, but how? I mean, if we ask him this, I expect he'll give us the same answer he gave us when we tried asking him this before. Basically, well, I'm not going to tell you my sources. So I don't think that's going to get us anywhere. I think we basically stand put and say, well, hey, as long as we get you your treasure, then everything will be alright.
No, I didn't. But I did deign to help you find your treasure, so stop moaning.
I jest you not, Geralt. You abused my trust.
I can live with that.
You told
This
us
time,
that you don't trust
yes,
us,
you'll
and we don't
live.
trust you.
And now, time to settle things.
So, we about
Not
to
a
fight you?
threat.
Quite the contrary. You helped me, Witcher. So in spite of everything, you've earned your reward.
See, there
I take
you
it
have
you've
it.
still
He's
no
just a
idea
tough
what
guy.
happened to Dandelion.
None. Found someone who might know, though. A spy, I guess. Signs his name, Yammerlack. Found a letter of his. Just one problem. It only details how to arrange a meeting with him. Makes no mention of where.
Yes, it did, Geralt.
Ruined house in far corners. Give the signal.
Said like
and
the
he'll show up
southwest
there the same day, just before
thingamabob.
midnight.
On one hand, yes, curious how you know this stuff, but at the same time, it would be nice to figure some of it out, but I mean, maybe he's feeling generous enough at this point in time. But I think for the most part, we just say, oh boy, that was really close to going really wrong, as we expected could be the case, and it seemed like we were heading down the deep end. Fortunately, Major Bullet appears to have perhaps been dodged, at least in most part. Of course, long term, we might come to face the repercussions of having taken out one of the most important people in the city. So, but I think we can live with the consequences, at least for the moment. Things seem to be relatively okay compared to, well, potentially losing Triss, not getting the information, having this guy get mad at us. All those things were on the table. And at least for the most part, it seems that we're walking away with most of the things that we were looking for.
Thanks for your help.
No need to thank me. Just paying off a debt. I always do, you know. Even to liars. And
All
the
right.
final humble plea. Don't try to fool me again. Ever.
Alright. And with that, a whopping 5 experience points. Oh goodness. 90 crowns? I mean, it's not like it's a huge difference maker, but sure. Okay, so find the Dropbox using with your senses. Place the Holy Tome there to signal that you want to meet with the spy. So let's just check here. That's this one. Then you can still... I don't want to meet with Roach at the moment. Still no sign of making up with Cleaver over here. Still no way to make friends. So, for that reason, I think we keep on seeing this one through. I think so. Find the Dropbox using your Witcher senses. Place the Holy Tome there. The thing is, like, one of the messages said precisely where to place it, which is why I was all like, Geralt, why are you saying you have no idea where to go when we had explicit instructions to go somewhere? Apparently somewhere in this area, which is pretty close to Hierarch Square. We aren't at fast travel location at the moment, so why don't we go to this one? But yeah, so I was, as you could probably tell, pretty darn concerned that we were gonna royally mess things up there. But I think we did okay after all. I mean, or at least as okay as we could have done, given how things were starting to go downhill very quickly. I thought there was a blacksmith there for like the briefest moments, and then he disappeared as soon as I turned around, so that was odd. But anyways, we go here. It's been a long time since we were over in the dock area. Been so much in the greater Hierarch Square spot. Actually, I'm curious as to which one of the crime lords technically has control over this spot, because yeah, everything has been over in Hierarch Square, and then east of that, north of it to a certain extent as well. I guess, like, basically everything except for the Novigrad Docks area has had something going on there. Okay, so we go here. And we see what the deal is. We could perhaps, now that it is daytime, sell some stuff to some of these people.
Welcome.
We were trying to do this earlier, but some of the things we want to sell are armors and weapons that only certain people will buy. Did pick up some Dimeridium shackles, which, we could sell for a reasonable amount, or I think more likely, if we were to break them down into components, presumably we would get Dimeridium out of them, which is nice. So we probably want to go that route. And yeah, I'm thinking we sell armors to the armor smith who's just over here, I thought, or nearby at least. Where is he? Is it this guy? Or is this book dude? I think this is book dude. One of these people is the armor smith. Can we tell based on the map? This guy.
Mark my words on kicking out. It's a long night without a whore.
Top-notch swords.
Oh, actually, swords or armor? Also, where did you go? Show me your wares and we should be able to figure out which one it is. Yeah, you say swords, but I'm pretty sure it's technically supposed to be armor. Yeah, he's an armorer. Dude, trying to mislead us like that? So we had some chest plates that we were thinking of selling. This one, definitely. This is the better version. Oh, wow, he is rich as well. This one is the slightly higher level version, so we might want to hold on to that, but I think the other ones... This is level 16? When did we pick this up? It's medium armor. Would probably be our best chest plate if we were willing to go from light to medium armor, which I'm not sure if I am. It's like I was saying before, I am a fan of how quickly we can get our signs to come back after we use them. And this heavy armor also is theoretically pretty good. It is same level as what we have right now, it's just heavy versus light armor, but like I said, my preference, I think at this stage, at least from what I can tell, is that I would rather go with light armor. So I think we sell these, because they're worth a bit as well. And you could also break things down into components. And just to double check, those Dimeridium shackles, they were technically junk, right? And it's not like they count as a quest item. They're junk. Okay. Yeah, so let's break those into components. Assuming you will do that. Here we go. Expensive, yes, but I'm assuming this will be worthwhile. Actually, didn't double check. Dimeridium shackles. Oh, glowing ore is what that gave us. I think that is probably still good, but other useful things to break down. Stuff that breaks into silver. Gold, perhaps, too. Silver candelabrum. Oh, we have 2 of them. Yes. Then, what about the normal candelabrum? Iron ingot? I think that's also not bad. Or a little bit less so. But we have a fair bit of this stuff. Wow, we have 12 Dimeridium ingots. Okay, that's good. At least we're getting somewhere with that, it seems. Timber I'm not as concerned about, I don't think. Or that other stuff. Yeah. I think this might be just about it for us. Let's... maybe we break down the caskets too, get a little more iron ore. Okay. Sure. Let's stick with that. And then, in theory, we should save the swords until we find an actual weaponsmith. Sell those two. So, with that in mind, let's no longer trade with this red curtain.
So long.
I knew it was you. Okay, then we head back over to the place where we were actually expecting to talk to this person. Over here. So, Let's check it out.
The word round town is Cleve's out to kill wolves.
That isn't real fire, is it? So, I think it was technically supposed to be a certain time of day. Find the drop box using Witcher senses. Place the holy tome there to signal you want to meet the spy. I mean, I'm assuming he's not going to meet in broad daylight. So it's this.
Father of all,
Hello?
hear my prayer. Grant my plea.
Is
Must
there,
be the Dropbox.
Oh? Oh, there it is. Gotcha.
Gave the signal. Spies should show up in far corners before midnight.
Before midnight. Okay. So, presumably that means, well, we wait till midnight. Get the range meeting place at midnight, which is it right here? Or is this the place that, okay, so we knew where this place was. That was why I was saying, Carol, why did you need additional answers? But that was just the place to drop off the signal. The place for the actual meeting is down here. Okay, so let's teleport there. By teleport, I mean use the fast travel location. And given how time passes when we do that, we may find that it's roughly the right time by the time we do that. So let's check it out. No lollygagging here, don't worry about us. So, let me go here to Glory Gate. And we'll see. It's still basically broad daylight, so I would be surprised to meet a spy in broad daylight, but who knows? Worst comes to worst, we'll go there and we'll meditate for a bit, pass the time until it is actually nighttime. In the middle of this house? What? It's a little strange.
Now just to hide and wait.
Oh. What's this?
Behind the door. Best place to hide. Classic.
We actually need to find a reasonable hiding spot? What does the quest say? Stay hidden until midnight. Oh, we actually need to hide. Like, seriously. Okay. Looking for kind of a better spot, perhaps, than that. But that might be our only option. So, sure. Loot this while we're at it, but... Did we just get seen? If we did, I'm gonna be mad. What just happened? Be at the arranged place at midnight. We're here. Now, how do we just meditate? I thought during that brief moment in which we were walking across the doorway that we had been seen, and then it was gonna be like, oh, game over, because that's like, really? Really? That's a little harsh. Okay, so let's go, what, like just before midnight? Is it actually supposed to be midnight exactly? Maybe. Probably should save as well. Here's our person. Are we gonna recognize this guy? I feel like we will. Whoever it is. I feel like it's gonna be actually a familiar face. Is that so?
Triss? How'd you know to... Dijkstra, huh?
None other. I couldn't resist. Really want to see this through to the end.
Perfect place for a tryst. With Triss.
Huh? Carol.
Ceilings collapsed, mold on the walls, mouse droppings in the corner. Lips almost pucker on their own.
Shh. He's coming. Hide.
Alright. So Triss is in on it. Or, well, it's helping us with it. This guy looks kind of familiar, but that might be a coincidence.
Menge.
Indisposed. Very indisposed.
As indisposed goes.
I don't know who you are, but
Really?
you're in deep. Shit right up to your nostrils.
You're in deeper, I assure you. But answer our questions and we'll help you get out.
The answer to each question will be the same. Sod off.
Is that so? That's no way to talk to a lady. That is true. So is this. I mean, presumably this guy is not just one single person coming here I mean, sure, he's a spy, so it's not like he has an army behind him right now, but he has people who are affiliated with him. It's not like he's just one guy acting on his own, so probably do want to avoid making any more of a ruckus than we already have. Might be in too deep there already, but let's try to keep things a little bit calm for the moment, if possible.
That's no way to talk to a lady.
To a lady, I'd never. But to a witch.
You can. Wouldn't recommend it, though.
Okay, well, this is gonna escalate very quickly then. Okay, well, okay, Chris.
Fuck off. I can take this.
Of course you can. But I'm just getting started.
Chris, that's enough.
Triss, stop.
First, let him.
Please.
I understand. You're upset, Triss.
So,
But-
gonna talk?
Depends on the question.
Okay, let's start with the little stuff. I'm hoping we can get all this out of you, but I feel like Triss is certainly very emotionally involved in this one with her being a witch and them being witch hunters, so at any given point in time, if she's not pleased with the answer, she might get a little bit carried away here and get rid of this guy. So that's the big one, is where's Dandelion? Yes, but I suppose all these are useful, though.
Where'd Menge hide Sicky Reuben's treasure?
I haven't a clue.
Yes. Don't get
You
too
realize
mad.
one word and you'll howl with pain again.
Yeah. And yet I still say I don't know a thing. Does that make you think?
Think he's telling the truth?
Ugh, looks like it.
Okay. Who do you work for? That, I mean, you're a spy, so presumably you're not just gonna give that up willy-nilly, but at the same time, we do currently have a sorceress who is prepared to, well, I mean, pretty much torture you?
Pure curiosity. Who do you work for?
Won't say. No way.
Sure about that?
Yes. No matter what you do, witch. That I will never.
That I do believe that he would not tell us. He would probably be willing to go down without telling us, so I think we leave that one be. Dandelion's the big
We're
question.
looking for Dandelion. We know Menge captured him.
That's what this is all about. A fucking minstrel. You might have said so from the start. Before you bloody started mucking my mind with magic. I can't believe it. For a miserable sap like that.
Get to the point here.
Get to the point.
Dandelion is on Temple Isle. In the dungeon beneath the shrine. Menge's planning to execute him in Oxenfurt.
Was
Positively
planning.
spectacular.
Afraid you'll have to call off the show.
How can we free Dandelion?
Those who leave Temple Isle do so only on Menge's orders. Issued in person.
Damn it.
So then,
I have an idea.
okay.
Tell you later.
Okay. Hope it's a good one. In which case, I suppose, I mean, that tells us where he is. It's just, of course, not an easy problem to get him out of. So I suppose we're through with you, and, well, Triss, I mean, I can only imagine what you would do to this guy if we were to not say that you should stand down. If left to your own devices, you would probably rip him to shreds.
Enough. We've learned everything we wanted to.
Glad to hear it. Can I assume we can put this unfortunate incident behind us?
That I'm not sure
Not
Triss will
so
let you
fast.
do. Yeah,
Geralt.
I know. He's seen too much.
that is kind of true.
But why? I told you. I'll never.
Either he dies, or I wipe his mind.
Take his memory. Don't
Strip
kill
him
him.
of his memory.
But I helped you. I helped.
It's not so bad. I promise.
Peacefully
It's true.
engage.
Happened to Geralt. But I think it's the humane route to go. I mean, ultimately, he did give us the answers we were looking for, so that is great. But, didn't need to kill him, I suppose. But, Triss, that was obviously quite traumatic. How are you? Doing okay?
How do you feel?
Base. Cruel. Vile.
I mean, yes.
I could go on, but I need to get out of here. Now. go home, bathe, then drink
Oh,
myself
that's true.
to
We were also
oblivion.
technically supposed to talk to Triss first. Did we mess up by not talking to Triss beforehand? Because I totally forgot about that yet again. I keep on forgetting to talk to Triss, meet her at her house. I also don't technically know where she lives. Apparently it's somewhere in the fish market, but I don't actually know where because we tried looking everywhere and we couldn't find her. We could walk her home, and maybe that makes up for it. I mean, I'm pretty sure how that's going to conclude, but... Try to make it
Walk
up
you home?
to her.
Not today, Geralt. Not today.
Yeah.
But
We might have messed that
there
up.
is one other thing I wanted to talk about. So,
Okay.
mind coming by later?
Thank you for your patience, because we
Menge's
keep
dead,
on forgetting.
True, but that hardly marks the end of my troubles.
Okay. Yeah, and of course, who knows to what extent that might have... I mean, I don't know what it could have changed in what we were doing here most recently, but it seems as if some things we can still catch up with her on, which we do have a lot of stuff to catch up on with her about, because, I mean, even things in Witcher 2 we never really had the chance to fully reflect with her about, because, well, things happened quite quickly at the end of that, and we, of course, only recently saw her in Witcher 3. So, yeah, but how exactly are
Said
you
had
saying
an
we free
idea
Dandelion?
about freeing Dandelion.
Yes. We know he's on the island,
True?
and he'll stay there until Menge orders him transferred to Oxenford, right?
Problem is, Menge's dead. So...
Right. Can't get anything
No one
written
else
from him.
knows that. He could have escaped the fire. He
Dijkstra
could
does.
reappear. Him or someone very, very similar.
I know what you're
The
getting at.
butler.
Your old friend Dudu Biberveld impersonated the halfling merchant. Dandelion claimed he seemed more real than the original. So much so, Vivaldi gave him a loan of several thousand crowns without batting an eye.
Yeah, except Dudu's in hiding right now. Priscilla might know something, though.
Fingers crossed.
Okay. Okay, that sounds like a good plan. I really hope, Triss, that we can still make it up to you and get the chance to catch up with you, and that you won't hold that against us forever that we forgot to talk to you on several occasions, because we kind of deserve it, because I keep on forgetting and cannot actually figure out where you live. So, maybe we'll make a point. Definitely we'll make a point of checking in with you soon. Perhaps before we pursue Dandelion. Not sure we can do anything with him other than just leave him on the ground there, casually walk away, and... Well, you saw nothing, refugee. You saw precisely nothing. Nothing at all. So, presumably, or at least supposedly, Triss is at the fish market. Or her house is somewhere at the fish market. We do want to talk to Priscilla for the quest. Yes, that is of interest. But I want to at least set ourselves up such that we will hopefully have a reminder to, well, speak to Triss before we do anything else, because she's given us so many second chances here. We've forgotten at least twice.
You got water on the brain?
Yes, I suppose. Thank you for asking. So, at the very least, I just want to plant us in front of Triss's house so that we don't forget. But where exactly is it? It's the fish market. I think that's over here. I think it's like right where we're looking right now. But we just couldn't find the right house. This says fish market. This is locked. This says the blacksmith. Blacksmith is currently not here. I mean, she might also not be willing to talk to us right now, because she was saying when we walked her home, or when we offered to walk her home, no, not now. Which, you know, after extremely traumatic experience like that, totally understandable, but at the same time, where do we find her? So, I still don't know exactly, but at this point, this might be one of those things where, again, like we were saying previously, we draw the line with the backseating and say that if I legitimately just can't find something that we're supposed to do, and we're running around in circles trying to find it, then this might be one of those occasions where it's okay. You know, the intention is, and has been, or at least this time certainly, is to try and talk to her. I mean, we tried to do it before, and I looked at every building over here and couldn't find her. So we'll make a point of trying to find that. It's still not a real building. We'll try to find the place where she is. So on this occasion, I am willing to accept, I suppose, more direct instruction as to where exactly we find her, because I would like to make the point of doing that before we do our next thing, because it sounds like this is well and truly our last chance to catch up with her. Otherwise, Triss will perhaps never forgive us, and we'd rather not have that happen.